Welcome to one of the most mysterious and historically erased treasures of all time. Today, together, we will explore a legendary loot from ancient Rome's times filled with uncertainty, which has disappeared from history and whose value today is immeasurably immense: Rome's lost fortune. This treasure is such a fortune that wars were fought over it, rulers clashed, countless historians and archaeologists devoted their lives. Yet it is still lost and its trace has not been found. So, what happened to these golds? Who hid them? And why has the veil of mystery still not been lifted? Let's trace one of the greatest mysteries of history together. During the peak of the Roman Empire, there was an unending conflict with the Germanic tribes in the north. The story begins in this turbulent time, the year 9 A.D. In the Teutoburg Forest, one of the heaviest defeats in Roman history takes place. 3 legions under the command of General Varus fall into the trap set by the Germanic tribes led by Arminius and are almost completely annihilated. This loss was not just a military disaster. The enormous war fortune carried by the Roman armies also disappeared in that forest. According to historians, this treasure consisted of a huge amount of precious metals transported to cover soldiers' salaries, logistical expenses, and regional administration. In today's money, it would be worth billions of dollars. So, how did this treasure disappear? The real mystery begins here. According to the most common theory, the Germanic tribes took all the gold as a victory gift. However, this theory falls apart at one point, because the Germanic societies of that time had no tradition of storing gold. It is almost impossible for such an enormous fortune to leave no archaeological trace. Another theory suggests that Arminius buried the gold in the ground. Considering the heavy weight with bronze chests, it is highly likely that these chests are still meters beneath the earth today. However, despite hundreds of excavations, not a single chest has been found. Another view is even more interesting. Some archaeologists believe that Varus, realizing the defeat was inevitable, dragged the chests into swampy areas so that the treasure would not fall into enemy hands and sank them there. If this is true, the gold may still lie buried in those swamps today, hidden under mud and sediment. But a newer theory overturns all these possibilities. Some researchers believe that the term legion treasure has been misunderstood throughout history. According to them, the gold was actually not on the battlefield. It was stored in a location far from Varus's army outside the city, and that depot has still not been discovered. Even today, hundreds of treasure hunters around Teutoburg, using equipment, continue to search deep in the forest. Sometimes small metal pieces, Roman ammunition, or even coins are found. But there is no sign of the lost gold. Perhaps this treasure is one of history's greatest unknowns. Perhaps one day, at a completely unexpected moment, a few gold pieces will surface in a farmer's field unexpectedly, changing the entire story. But one unchanging truth remains. The lost treasure of the Roman legions has fascinated people for thousands of years. A treasure of immeasurable magnitude may still lie hidden somewhere beneath the ground today. And who knows? Perhaps the greatest discovery in history is still waiting for us.